everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Joey the Veiled Cottage Witch, and this is another episode of my magical plant series. Today we are going to talk about burdock. I love burdock. I love the lore. I have tons of it to discuss with you today in both the magical and the medicinal sense. But first, this video is sponsored. This video is sponsored by my lovely friends over at YetiScrubs.com. Let me tell you, this husband and wife owned company is amazing. What they do, where they go, how they present their products, it's just amazing and very inspiring. Yeti Scrubs, this is it. You guys, you can see how much I've used. Oh my goodness, it smells like heaven. Their motto is make dry skin an urban legend, which cracks me up. I think it's so smart. So their premium salt scrub combines the finest Pacific sea salt, Himalayan salt, and Dead Sea salt to gently remove the dead skin cells and promote circulation. They're enriched with their proprietary blend of natural oils. Their scrubs provide lasting moisture, leaving your skin silky smooth and radiant. I attest to that. My legs have not looked this good in years. The mineral-rich salts loaded with potassium and magnesium help soothe dry skin and alleviate symptoms from conditions such as eczema and psoriasis. So if you have breakouts, these scrubs are perfect for you. And I have found that I don't have to use lotions afterwards. They're amazing. So I have the Butt Naked scrub. I've got to smell it again. I just have to. Oh my gosh. So I went online and I looked what was in here, and I have to tell you. So it has the 3 salts, and it has soybean oil, and that's where they get that vitamin E. Canola oil, olive oil, castor oil, which is so good for your skin. And the fragrances are strawberry, coconut, and cherry as the top notes. This is the Butt Naked. They have so many others. I'll show you guys. It'll be up on this screen right here. Banana, melon, peach, apple, and pear are the middle notes. And the base notes are French vanilla, mint, and clove. So they have lip scrubs, lotions, bath bombs, laundry detergent, and bath soaks. So amazing, amazing products. So here's the deal. Go to YetiScrubs.com, enter the code Veiled Witch, and get free shipping. So don't hesitate. Don't even think about it. Do this for yourself. Self-care matters. Do it right now. YetiScrubs.com, code word, all one word, Veiled Witch. I'll put it in the description box. Get your free shipping. Get your scrub, get your laundry detergent, get your bath soaks, get your bath bombs, whatever you need, get it now. And now, onto the burdock root. Okay, so the Latin name is Artium lapa, and its folk names are Bardana, Beggar's Buttons. I love the folk names, you guys. You guys know that. Beggar's Buttons, Burr, Burr Seed, Clot Burr, Cockle Burr, Great Burdock, Happy Major, Hardock, Herber, Personata, Fox's Cloak, Thor's Mantle, and Thorny Burr, Cockle Buttons, and Love's Leaves. So the folklore, and I have tons, so please don't skip this section. I promise you, you learn so much on how to use each plant, how to utilize them from the folklore. So don't skip this section. You learn so much. All right. So It is derived from the Greek word for bear, which is arctos, and is said to denote the hairy bristled appearance of the plant's burrs, which resemble small thistle heads. And here's the picture right here of those thistle heads, meaning to seize, a quality for which the plant is famous for, since the thistle heads have been tossed as a kind of game or pastime to watch them stick and cling where they are thrown. So this game where they throw and just stick where they cling to has been a game that dates back to Shakespearean times. So you can just see kids just like throwing them, like kind of like the Velcro dartboard that we used to have as kids with the balls. Think about that, like the little burrs being thrown like that. The modern name Burdock is derived from the Latin burra, meaning a clump of wool, like that found clinging to its thistle heads in a field of sheep. So there you go. In Greek and Roman times, the flowers held the association of annoyance and being clingy. Makes sense, right? And it is touch me not in the language of flowers. Again, if you don't want to be poked, don't touch me, right? The plant was at one time used in Albania as part of a ritual to exorcise evil spirits by smearing soggy bread soaked in wine on the leaves of the burdock plant. So that's interesting. Burdock was gathered during midsummer time to hang and protect the home from lightning storms and evil giants. Who knew? Like thistle, it was sacred to Thor, making it a lightning plant. And it was hung up around the doors of homes and businesses to prevent evil forces from entering. It was also braided into the tails of cows to protect them from bewitchment. So there you go. Can you just see it braided into cows and them swishing in the field with these burrs? In Russia, burdock had the name of devil alarmer, or devil conqueror, and was hung up for the protection of buildings, animals, and homes. And found along with plantain and mugwort, a magical coal. This is my favorite. A magical coal could be dug from under the burdock on Midsummer's Eve. And this was to be gathered at either midnight or noon, which makes sense because midsummer is full sun. It is the peak of summer. And worn as an amulet for protection during the following year. Now, sometimes it would be gathered for a specific illness or intention. And some scholars speculate that this black coal was just a portion of rotted root, but folks swear by it and believe that it's a magical offering from the plant only available at this powerful time. I'm going to believe that. I'm going to choose to believe that. I'm a magical thinker. I'm going to believe that. One Cornish belief was that piskies, or little folk, were known to amuse themselves after nightfall by riding their fairy colts around and either braiding their manes or tangling them in the burrs of burdock. This in my mind cracks me up. I can see that, just like little people, little fairies riding little horses and just like braiding, like they're a little mischievous, braiding their hairs in burrs and putting them in there just to be mischievous. I love it. I love it. An old custom in some parts of Britain was for a man to dress as the Bury Man, on the second Friday in August. Now this suit, I'm giving you guys all kinds of visuals today. You're welcome. This suit was cleverly fashioned out of the Burdock's burrs and then worn by a masked man through the town along with a procession of followers. And flowers were also used to decorate him. And money and gifts were given, and this custom occurred during harvest time. Now, this was similar to the Jack and the Green processions of May Day. Can you imagine? Like this burry man covered with burrs head to toe, flower garlands everywhere, and people just tossing money and gifts to him. And and everything sticking to him because it's made of these burrs. I love that. This is great. To have burdock burrs stick to your clothing was a bad omen in some cultures, foretelling a difficulty in a favorite undertaking. And in other cultures, if you have burrs stick to your clothing after a walk, you'd throw them into a fire. And if the flame was clear, in the next 2 weeks, you would be lucky for whatever endeavors coming your way. So I'm guessing if it was not clear, like if the flame turned a different color, that was bad luck. So there you go. There's so much folklore, you guys. I had so many books out yesterday. I had my Roger J. Horn book. What one is that called? The Charmer's Route, because I knew he'd have Burdock in there. And then I had Under the Bramble Arch by Corinne Boyer out. Those two had all the information I needed. I never even went online. I loved it. Okay, so folk medicinal uses. Here we go. A Romani remedy for rheumatism was to take an infusion of the crushed leaves, flowers, or seeds. They preferred the seeds. And they used them carried small bags of these seeds as an amulet for the same reason, to cure that rheumatism. In general, burdock is a blood purifier, and the roots were used for this purpose. Since the Middle Ages, it was used to help cure kidney and urinary complaints and even gallstones. They knew it all along. And we still use it to this day for that. An old remedy for lung complaints and gout calls for the roots preserved in sugar. And you would just eat these, kind of like candy, or just suck on them. Right? Burdock roots were strung onto necklaces and worn by babies for teething pain. And one old recipe calls for burdock root to be decocted in wine, and that's just a strong infusion. That's what a decoction is. If you don't know, it's just a really strong infusion. My buddy Brad, shout out, because I know you love burdock root as well. He loves his tea decocted. So when he says, I'll be over in a couple of weeks, I'm like, I always tease him, I'll start the tea now. Because he likes his tea as a decoction. Like, it's a really long infusion. Yeah. So you would do a long infusion in wine, and you would drink it for wheezing of the lungs and shortness of breath. The plant was used since olden times for fevers and skin diseases such as boils, acne, and eczema. An Irish remedy for ringworm was to make a poultice of the roots. So you'd make a strong decoction, and then you would take a towel or some cheesecloth and dunk it in and squeeze it out, and then put that right over wherever the ringworm was. A shampoo could be made from the roots, you know, as a decoction again. That's the word of the day, decoction, and used for dandruff, thinning hair, and it also promotes shine. I think I'm going to use that. I think I am. In modern days, it is an anti-inflammatory, helps with joint pain, wound healing, colds, constipation, indigestion, bloating, and acts as a diuretic. So many things burdock root is good for. All right, on to the magical properties. Its element is water. The planet is Venus. The gender is feminine, which makes it a receptive plant. And the day of the week it is most potent is Friday. So it is used to cast around the home to ward off negativity. You can add it to protection incenses and spells. And Roger J. Horn, I'm going to go ahead and shout him out. He has this spell to say. This is direct quote from him. Burdock magic revolves around two key properties. So this is something that you can remember how to use burdock. So two things. The chasing, clinging, and unrelenting pursuit. Okay, so think about that clinging component, and the contrasting pattern of expulsion, deterrence, and defense. So there's this push and pull energy with burdock that echoes its physical form, the beautiful blooms and the sharp burrs. So think about that difference. So I'm going to put up that picture so you guys can have that idea right here of those two attributes. So they're great for charms that have to do with bonds between friends or lovers. So either to strengthen that bond or to cast them asunder. And in addition to dealing with pests and catching enemies. So there you go. Two ways to think about the magical use of burdock. I love that. Okay, so my personal uses, I make a kidney cleanse tea. And this kidney cleanse tea is not for sale. I mean, if you message me, I will make it for you and I'll sell it to you and send it to you wherever, I'll ship it to you. But this kidney cleanse tea is when I am having obviously kidney stone issues, because I do have kidney stones. I have one tiny one right now. And I will have this and it helps me cope with that pain. So in my kidney cleanse tea, I put juniper berry, parsley, nettle, burdock root, horsetail, hibiscus, golden seal, and barberry bark. So it's bitter. It's not the most delicious tea, but that hibiscus that I put in there helps a ton. And I always add my homegrown stevia to this, or I will add my infused honey. If I do that, I will usually add my rose honey, or my warm and cozy honey, which has cinnamon and ginger in it. I also would do a liver tonic tea. And this is for that general cleansing tea, that purifying. Remember from Shakespearean times, that blood purification. And inside this is licorice root, turmeric powder, ginger powder, dandelion root, burdock root, and nettle. So, you know I love my nettle. It goes in everything. So those are the 2 teas that I make, burdock root. And I do decoct it. I do make a decoction out of it because roots put in any tea need to be decocted because it takes a while for those to break down. At least an hour. An hour. An hour and a half is ideal, but if you're putting leaves like nettle takes no time at all. It's best to decoct those roots and then add the leaves later. That's just my opinion. Take it or leave it. And then I also use it in my Break the Chain. Yes, it does come from my my favorite Fleetwood Mac song, The Chain. So my Break the Chain oil has licorice root, dandelion root, St. John's wort, hawthorn berries, burdock root, skullcap, lemon balm, ginger, frankincense, vetiver, and black pepper in it. So this is really good. When you think about it, I relate everything to tarot, so bear with me on this. The devil card, breaking that chain, breaking that bond, breaking that habit, breaking a negative attachment. Anytime that you want to say goodbye to something that is not good for you, this magical oil on a candle, on a sachet, on a petition, in a poppet is excellent. I have used this to break through some traumas that I wanted to have it stop having an effect on me emotionally. So Break the Chain infused oil. I will put that down below. I'll put a direct link to that so you can purchase it on my website. So this is what burdock root looks like. I have a tiny little jar of it because I don't use it very often, but you can kind of see it. But like I said, I have pictures of it throughout this video, so you don't have to try and look inside my tiny little jar. So other than that, I do use it from time to time in my protection platter wards. And those are just what you would think they are. They're just huge platters, and I just layer different things. I will sometimes go around in my garden. I will get fresh plants like rosemary, mugwort, pine cones, mullein. I will just layer those on a platter. And I will sprinkle burdock root on top and maybe cinnamon on top. And I usually will hide it under something, usually my tea cart, as just a little tucked away protection platter. So there you go. I will try to find a picture and put that up. If I can, it's usually going to be on my Facebook. So I'll try to find that for you. So that was burdock. How do you use burdock in your practice? Let me know down in the comments. Please go to yetiscrubs.com. Get your free shipping on their products. I'm in love with that company. And I love to support them on this channel. If you want to support me financially, you can do that. You can buy me a coffee. The details are down below in the description box. You can go to my website to purchase any of my herbal products. You can also book a reading, book a class, book a service. You can sign up for workshops down there. If you do shop my herbal shop, be sure to put in the code word, all caps, veiled, to get your free shipping on my products. Other than that, have a blessed day, live your best life, and live for yourself. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.